And I appreciate your positive spirit, but as you know, I got the uglies, and I don't intend to let them go yet. I'm not letting them go yet. My gosh, you're hard to do. Come in, get out, math, and sit down. You didn't take a Dumbo class. You took Algebra 2 a trig. I mean, if this was Algebra 1B, I wouldn't be surprised. But this is not Algebra 1B. This is Algebra 2 with trig. This is a college level math class. Came in unprepared, but... Came in unprepared, want me to roll. Oh, God. Dre, please answer it so I can move on with my life. Thank God. Okay. You know, we had this whole... I'm not going to. I know I got the uglies. I'm going to let the uglies go. I'm going to let them go. No. You do not. Okay. Letting the uglies go. Gonna be like Elsa. Starting on 56. Got a lot to do today. Woo. Words that were supposed to come out. Haven't graded your test yet. Need to get on that. Still got a test tomorrow regardless. Okay, 5p minus 4q. And I'm writing it out just to humor you. There's no way I would actually write this out if this was a real test. What would I do instead? One can get the point instead of first. If you wanted to do it, because it only asks for the first row, you could do the first row in your head. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 minus 0 is 15. So I knew the answer was either A or B to begin with. Yes, the easiest way to do 56 is to do it in the calculator. Thank you, Drea. Moving on to 57. You can have your point, Travis. Okay, 2 times P plus 2 times R. I can even do that first row in my head if I wanted to. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 0 is 0. So I knew it was 8 something. So it had to be A. He is correct. Although the easiest way, the lazy man's way, would be just put it in your calculator. It's C. It's C. Brady said it first. We'll give him the points. 58. I would not want to have to do by hand, but I mean I can, but I mean it would just be so much easier to do in my calculator. I would put both of these matrices in my calculator and ask it to multiply for me. And I would find out that the answer is C, but there are still more points available on this problem. There are other reasons why I knew the answer. What are the dimensions of that first matrix?
2 by 2.
And what's the dimensions of the second matrix?
3 by 3.
The inside numbers match, so I knew it was possible, so it wasn't D. The outside numbers are 2 and 2, so I knew my answer was supposed to be a 2 by 2. And I knew, so the first row should only have 2 numbers, so it's definitely not A. So I knew it was B or C to begin with. I understand the dimensions part of when you multiply matrices. Moving on to 59. Hopefully you understand the dimensions part too. 59. You want to know S times B. What is the answer on 59? Was A. I mean, yeah, 57 was A, 58 was C. And now we're on 59. Three gets the point. It's not possible because we have a what by what and a what by what. We have a 2 by 3 and a 2 by 2, 3 and another point. These inside numbers don't match. I can't do it if the inside numbers don't match for multiplying. If you didn't realize that and you put it in your calculator, it probably freaked out and gave you an error. You didn't type anything wrong. It was literally not possible. Okay, number 60, they don't actually even give you numbers. They just tell you the dimensions and expect you to know the answer. The dimensions of one matrix is a 3 by 6. The dimensions of the other is also a 3 by 6. So what would be their answer if we were to multiply them? And 3 gets another point. Now, you and I both know they put 3 by 6 twice, so you would get confused and you would pick B. The inside numbers don't match. It's not possible. So it's undefined. We couldn't do it. Okay, let's go on to 61. What is the answer on 61? 5 gets the point. What are the dimensions of the first matrix? It is a 2 by 4, 2 rows, 4 columns. And what's the dimensions of the second matrix? It's a 4 by 1. So their inside numbers match, so it was possible, and my result was a 2 by 1. So it's A. (62), we're going to change the directions because we did not use diagonals when it was a 3 by 3. We learned a different way. So I'm going to say evaluate the determinant. Ms. Clemens borrowed a bunch of my calculators, so you might not be able to do this at the moment, but if you could, you would type this into a matrix, and then what button would you press in order to make your calculator do the determinant? 2 gets the point. You have to find that DET button. So let's say I had typed it in as matrix A, I would do the DET of A. Does anyone know the answer to that one? Well, again, I got a lot of calculators out there at the moment, so I'll gladly give you the answer. I'm going to leave Abby Grace another second, but it is B. 5 gets the point. Okay, let's move on to 63. Now, Jemiah can put this in her calculator if she wants to, and she'll still get the right answer. But there is a faster way to do the determinant of a 2 by 2. It involves the diagonals. What is the answer to this problem? Say it again. 7 minus 4. 3, 5, and...
That'd be 1.
4 and 1? Okay. You know what? We'll just everybody can have a point, because that's most of the groups anyway. So everybody gets a point. We're literally supposed to do 5 times 2 is 10. Minus 3 times 1 is 3, so it's 10 minus 3, which is 7, which is B. But if you forgot that trick, of course you could do the DET button in your calculator. 64 and 65 is where life gets fun. They give you a bunch of matrices. They ask for the inverse of R. So R is 0, 1 half, 1, negative 2. What button do I press on the calculator in order to do an inverse? That was when we were wanting to solve a system. Yes, it's the one that's in the negative 1. So you get a point. It's exactly where that matrix button is. Okay, you press that button and what answer do you end up getting? Yes, you do end up getting A. Do you have it on your screen, ma'am? Oh, okay. She can have a point for it, but I'll give someone else another point if they can show me their calculator screen, since I don't have a calculator I can show it on. I just want the answer on the screen so I can show that you did A minus 1 and got this. It's not that important to me. mean, it was nice to show, but it's not fundamental. So you press this in your calculator, and it said, you got it? Come show me. 4120, and which is why the answer was matrix P, which is why we chose the letter A. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I just wanted proof to show everybody. Thank you. You can have an extra point for that. Okay, 63 is the same sort of thing. We need to type in Q. We need to raise it to the -1 since it's that inverse. And then we got to figure out which matrix corresponds to that answer. So what is the answer to number 65?
B.
65 is B. Bring me your screen, I'll give you an extra point after that. Okay, so she typed in this matrix into letter E. She raised E to the -1. Lo and behold, she got 1, 2, 0, -4. That matches matrix P. So the answer is matrix P, which is letter choice D. Thank you. Have a great day. You get two. Okay, we're going to do one more and just finish out the page, even though it's not dealing with matrices. Instead, finally, we're to our most recent chapter of chapter 4. They want to know the y-intercept and the axis of symmetry for the graph of f of x equals 10x squared plus 40x plus 42. What is the answer to this one? There are 2 bad answers and 2 good answers. Well, only one's right, but 2 not bad answers. Why? You can have a point. Since it's a positive 42 on the end, y-intercept happens when we plug in 0 for x, the first 2 would go away. So the intercept is positive 42, so for sure, it's either A or C to begin with. He is correct. Now, if only he knew that axis of symmetry. There are 2 quick ways to find the axis of symmetry. What's one of the quick ways? A vertex form could help me find the axis of symmetry. You can have a point for that. Is that a quick way? Absolutely not. What would be the fastest way for you to figure out? Just graph it before we get the point. Just graph it and figure it out. Or there was an actual formula for axis of symmetry for 2 points. Do you remember if you just wanted to know? You get the 2 points, man. Now, you don't have to know that formula, because if you know how to use your calculator, you can figure it out without it. But hey, right now that sure would be useful. -40 over 2 times 10 is -40 over 20, which does reduce to -2, so the answer choice is C. You have to use the formula? Absolutely not. I probably am a lazy person because I would probably graph it and figure it out that way. Okay. Our test tomorrow only has 10 questions, and let's face it, it's sounding like the easiest test of our lives. So needless to say, when we come in tomorrow, before we take the test, we're still going to do some more of these, because we're only on 66. We got a lot left to go. So we're going to work on these tomorrow. Get out your notes from yesterday, please. And while you're getting that out, get out your workbook as well. What, dear? You get a 30% grade every week for participation. So it's been, I think your grade's been getting over every week, so it's been boosting your grade by maybe 1 or 2 points. Okay, I want to talk about our notes from yesterday, and I want to make fun of them for a little bit. The only kind of, well, let's just give out some more easy points. Yesterday we talked about rules of what? 1 and 2 points. Talked about rules of exponents. Everything seemed okay except for a potentially hard problem would be if we were to, let's say, 2x to the third, y to the fourth, divided by x, y to the fifth, and raise it all to the -2. That was the only kind of difficult problem. And if we had that, you're good. We would have wanted to, did you not finish tests? Oh, okay. We'll sit for a second. If we had this, we want to simplify the inside first. So 3 minus 1 is 2, so I would have 2x to the 2. And I would put the y on bottom because it's 4 minus 5, so it's y to the negative 1. And instead we send it to the denominator, so 3 get another point. Okay, it's still all raised to the negative 2. So my next step would be to raise every single piece to the negative 2. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And everybody was raised to the negative 2. I am not done. Why am I not done?
No, it's because now you have to swap them.
Yes, we cannot have those negative exponents. So y squared over 2 squared x to the 4th. So my final answer is y squared over 4x to the 4th. So it's not that complicated. It just takes a little bit of time and patience. When you get to your final answer tomorrow, I'm going to be mad at you on your paper, like a lot of ink on your paper, if you leave your final answer with what? Like the worst mistake you could make. Did every group get a point? Do not leave your answers with negative exponents. You will get counted off. I do not have time for you and your negative exponents. I understand intermediate steps have negative exponents, but that final answer, the one you like circle and this is it, do not leave it with negative exponents. Okay, so yesterday was pretty easy, and the good news is today is even easier. Now, sadly, okay, as a reminder, so yesterday we did notes on page 2. You were asked to do 1 through 7 of the independent practice. I already did number 8 for you. You need to show me that. I'm typing in zeros for that tomorrow. It's supposed to be an easy grade for you in the homework category. We have another easy grade available today. So today, we were supposed to do the back side of the notes, but honestly, that's a hot mess and I just can't. So instead, we're going to your workbook, to page 61. We're going to do we're going to do 11 through 22. We're going to do half of them together. The other half is your problem. So in my workbook, I'm on page 61. I'm on number 11. Okay, we're not going to bother to do the first 10 because those are all rules of exponents. If you want to do them for practice and kicks and giggles, you can. The test tomorrow, I think, is so easy, there's not even going to be a study guide. Because half of it's rules of exponents, and the other half is what we're going to talk about today, which if you're looking at the bottom, you're like, wait, I already know how to do all of this. And you're right, you do. So, chapter 5 is a big, important chapter dealing with polynomials. And 5.2 is where we get into the world of division. And division will take time and patience, and that is why we're going to save that bad boy for after Christmas. But addition, subtraction, and multiplication with polynomials, you already know how to do. For instance, let's go to number 12. On number 12, there's a subtraction sign, so I do 5d minus d, I get 4d. I do 5 plus 1, and I get plus 4. I just combine my like terms. I have no doubt that everyone in the room should be able to do that. Okay, so on 14, if I'm combining my like terms, what should I get? Negative 4f squared minus 6f plus 3. Okay, perfect. So negative 2, negative 4f squared, negative 3, negative 6f, negative 5 plus 8, positive 3. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to thank Landon for when he did negative 2 and negative 2, he got negative 4f squared and he didn't change the exponent. I know we just spent yesterday on exponents. You only get to do your rules of exponents if we're multiplying, if we're dividing, if we're raising a power to a power. Normal addition and subtraction, you don't get to change it to a 4. You just need to combine those like terms and move on. Okay, 16. What operation or what was it called? What do I use on 16? Yes, but I wanted distribution. Yes, and you know a point. So when I distribute, I'm going to have
2x to the third.
2x to the third, and then what? Plus 9x squared. Perfect. So I'll give 1 a point. And I already gave 3 a point. Okay, Travis, you can have your point. Tell me what we do on 18. What's it called? The fancy multiplying. When it's the two binomials like that. They have a term for it. You find it in your kitchen. Yes. As soon as we change your name to Travis, it'll be perfect. 2 get the point. Sorry, Travis. Okay, he doesn't care. Okay, so first, 6x squared. Outer, negative 10x. Inner, negative 9x. Last, plus 15. Okay, you see how Travis was already back there combining the outer and inner in his head? Because this is not his first rodeo. He's been foiling for a while. So if you're like Travis, you can get there in your head. There is no need to write anything else down but the answer. Go straight to the answer. Can you go straight to the answer and tell me the answer to number 20?
Plus 8y minus 12.
Yes, it's mine, yes. So 6y squared minus 9y plus 8y minus 12, and I can combine those middle two terms, and I get 6y squared minus y minus 12. Perfect. And then you get to 22, and suddenly you forget how to FOIL, or more importantly, you forget what that exponent is standing for. I really want to FOIL still, so what do I put in my two parentheses? Yes, and 5 and 2 get a point. Yeah, I still get to put it just like this. The square just means we were doing it twice, so why not write them out and have it twice? Okay, I FOIL it out, and what do I get?
9w squared.
I thought 9w squared plus 3w plus 3w plus 1. Yes, that I went ahead in my head and was doing 6w. And that's fine. In fact, if you can go straight there, please do. Hey, are there any questions about this? I need to work one more, but I understand totally if meanwhile you've been working through the odds. I understand. You knew how to do this, or at least you were supposed to already. Okay, I need to work one more because there is one like this on the test that people are going to overthink. We know how to distribute. Did you realize that FOIL is just fancy distribution? Really, we're just saying 2x times these two things. And then we also do negative 3 times these two things. And we just call it FOIL. That way people don't screw up distributing. But it's just distributing. So if we have more terms, we're literally just going to distribute. So that's what we want to work as a problem with a couple more terms. What if we had 3w plus 2, and put it at the top of your workbook paper, 3w plus 2 times w squared plus 3w plus 1. We literally just want to distribute the 3w to everybody in the second term, and then 2 to everybody in the second term. So 3w times w squared, what? I get 3w cubed, thank you. And then 3w times 3w, I get 9w squared. And then 3w times 1, I get just plus 3w. Bless you. And I'm going to write that in just a second, because you're a genius, and you can have a point. But is there anyone who doesn't understand how I distributed and got the pink? Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the 2. I gave the 3w to everybody. I still need to give the 2 to everybody. So 2 times w squared, 2w squared. 2 times 3w plus 6w. 2 times 1 plus 1. So I really got that pink line and that green line. I should have wrote them all out together. That is 2. Thank you, bless you. Okay. Are there any questions about the green? So I gave the 3w to everybody, hence the pink. I gave the 2 to everybody, hence the green. And yeah, I now have some like terms I ought to combine.
3w
Perfect. So he combined the 3 and the 6W and got 9W. The W squared's got 11. No, that's perfect. Is there anyone who didn't understand that? I mean, it's just distributing. We just got to keep up with it. I don't know why they didn't have something in your workbook like that. I don't know why they decided to put one on the test like that. But again, foiling, distributing, they're all, everybody's got to go to everybody. As long as you keep track and combine your like terms at the end, I don't see how you can go wrong. Okay, so here are your options. You can obviously do this new workbook page, show me the homework from yesterday. I don't know if you have a test you need to finish or some old things you need to, by old I mean like last week, not older. Old things you need to show me. But I'm also going to offer this. If you would like to go ahead and take the test that's supposed to be tomorrow, that's fine with me as well.